What we are seeing here should be a wake-up call to every American, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless about how you feel about President Trump or President Biden. What has happened is President Biden has turned our country into a banana republic, a country where those in power are using the law, the rule of law, and our justice system and law enforcement to persecute their political opponents. Now, this isn't something that is only happening to Donald Trump. The consequences of this apply to every one of us, because as we see this new norm and new precedent being set, how can we as Americans feel safe and feel emboldened in challenging political authorities in our own country?
Welcome back, warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I have Tulsi Gabbard giving her remarks on the verdict from the hush money trial. But let's get into it.
If you turn on the news right now, you're going to see almost nothing but people talking about what happened in that New York courtroom today with Donald Trump. I think it's important that we take a step back and really look at what are the very serious consequences that have come from this, that extend far beyond this specific case, these charges, this verdict, and even Donald Trump. What we are seeing here should be a wake-up call to every American, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless about how you feel about President Trump or President Biden. What has happened is President Biden has turned our country into a banana republic, a country where those in power are using the law, the rule of law, and our justice system and law enforcement to persecute their political opponents. Now, this isn't something that is only happening to Donald Trump. The consequences of this apply to every one of us, because as we see this new norm and new precedent being set, how can we as Americans feel safe and feel emboldened in challenging political authorities in our own country when we know that they can use the power of law enforcement to go after us, to go after their political opponents, to go after people who have the courage and the audacity to challenge their authority?
What she said is so extremely powerful. And I hope everybody got this. I'm sure you did. Because that's what I think, being on YouTube, having an opposing view to the evil powers that be. I wonder about that for myself and other YouTubers and other people who have the boldness to speak out. What would they do to us? They just came after a former president, a rich man who's been in the public eye for decades. And, people like to say on the left that things can't happen to, rich, white, straight men. Look what's happening to him. This is ridiculous. We should be concerned. And I've said it on other videos. If they can do this to Donald Trump, oh, who am I? Who are we? We should be very afraid. And every time I open my mouth, the thought comes, what will they try to do? Because I'm a vocal person, I try to give you straight up facts. And of course, a lot of it is opinion based on my truthful opinion. But what if they don't like it? What if they don't like what I say? What will they do? You have the powers that be that control even certain platforms, and they don't want you to talk about certain things. That's the world that we live in. That's why those of us who truly see what's happening, we're not brainwashed by this propaganda media, the evil powers that be. We're not brainwashed by it, but they want us to be, and they're mad as hell that we don't believe what they're trying to push out. They want to control us. Donald Trump has always said they're not after him, they're after us, but he is standing in the way. They want, the evil powers that be want to turn us into a communist country. Make no mistake about it.
That is what is at stake here. The foundation for the success of our democratic republic is that we as Americans, we the people, have faith and trust in the rule of law. We must have this confidence that we will all be treated fairly under the law, regardless of our political affiliation or views, regardless of our race or religion, regardless of anything, any of these other affiliations or circumstances, that we will all be treated equally. That foundation of our democracy has been destroyed by the Biden-Harris administration. Make no mistake about how serious this is to you and me and to the future of our ability to live in a free society. They have done this through their personal political persecution of Donald Trump. If we allow this to stand, it'll forever be destroyed, and our country will be finished if it's not reversed, and reversed quickly. So how do we do that? The only way is if every one of us as Americans, regardless of whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent or a libertarian, when every one of us as Americans makes that decision that there is nothing more important than freedom, there is nothing more important than protecting our democratic republic, than defending our Constitution, than upholding the rule of law and saving our country. We must hold those accountable. We must hold President Biden and his administration accountable by punishing them and other politicians who dare to put their own desire for power in a higher place of importance than our freedom, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, our rule of law, our democratic republic. It's not too late. November 5th is a critical election where we have the opportunity to hold these people to account by voting them out of office on November 5th and voting for Donald Trump.
We need to vote these people out of office. They're demon rats, and so they're on both sides of the political aisle. They come in whatever kind of political affiliation you can think of. But almost pretty much all the Democrats are, and some Republicans. And the Republicans are rhinos. They're really not true Republicans. So this is the evil powers that be wanting to control things, get rid of Donald Trump. And I've prayed, and I have to admit this, the night before the jury gave their verdict, I had a dream, and I didn't know what to make of it. I had a dream that Donald Trump was sitting somewhere. I don't know if it was a jail cell. I don't know where it was, but he was crying. Now, I find that hard to believe. Maybe the dream was not him actually crying, but maybe symbolic of something. That's what I dreamt. And then yesterday I thought about it. I said, wait a minute, last night I had that dream that Donald Trump was crying. I didn't think about I don't know if it had anything to do with the trial, the verdict, So that's what happened. I have a lot of dreams. I don't know if I should share them or not, but I have dreams. And I think they're prophetic. I don't know. But I'm probably going to keep them to myself because I don't want people, what you dream about. I don't call myself a prophet. I do have dreams though, but I'll just have to pray about that. Well, you all, this is the country that we live in, where they are coming after people who have a difference of opinion. And they're really coming after Donald Trump really hard because he's standing in the way of what they're trying to do. They want to do all these things to our country. And China is seemingly involved. And it's just so much, so much evil. And I live in the state of Georgia, which I've mentioned on multiple occasions, my husband and our children. And I just never knew that Georgia was into all of this corruption. It looks very corrupt to me, and it doesn't pass the smell test. It just doesn't. And Tulsi Gabbard, I really like her. She seems to have a good heart. I mean, I really, really like her. She would make an amazing VP. I know a lot of people are for Vivek. I like someone who is bold enough, articulate, young enough. Let's get some youth in there, and who comes up against the status quo, who takes the punches and won't just lay there. That's why we love Donald Trump so much, because that spirit, that fire in the belly, Donald Trump has it, Vivek has it, Byron Donalds has it, Tulsi Gabbard has it. She comes across more calmly, but she has that fire in her. She will not back down. And I love it. You all give me your comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. On my way to 30,000 subscribers. I need 30,000 subscribers today. I am at 28,600. So I've got like 1,400 more to go. I don't know where they're going to come from, but I just need your help, because that was my goal. I've never not met my goal. It looks like I won't meet it, but it'll be okay. To God be the glory. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, the United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.